The one and only multiverse presents a grand unified theory. Laser interferometry. Primary and secondary waves. LIGO, Livingston, Louisiana. Is this laser interferometer a gravitational wave observatory? Web page and video are not AI generated. Your host, Richard E. Noer. LIGO is a laser detector that is made possible by vibrating dark matter particles at a particular frequency. This produces a huge number of universal particle streams in a single primary beam. The streams of the beam are, for the most part, oscillating in step, just below the visible light range. This gives the multiple streaming beam a single frequency identity. Next, the primary beam is then split in two different directions at right angles. Both beams travel for 2.5 miles, then hit a precisely aligned mirror and bounce back for another 2.5 miles. On the way back, because of the spacing of the reflecting mirrors, the frequency of the primary laser streams are moved 180 degrees out of phase, but are still in lockstep. Now, because the frequency of outward and inward bound beams are the same, but opposite in amplitude, the net result is no amplitude. Now if something, or a situation upsets the phasing of the two beams, changes in amplitude of the primary beam will occur. Enter subwaves of the laser. These are secondary waves that are created by the primary beam. They don't get a boost in strength by the placement of reflecting barriers of the laser, because their frequency is lower. The sound spectrum. Keep in mind that the primary and secondary waves are magnetically linked. Now, if a sound wave from space intersects the laser secondary wave, it is possible to modulate it. This in turn would affect the primary wave because they are linked. The primary wave would change its phasing and reproduce the sound wave from space. Because of distance and separation of the primary beams, it is possible to determine a crude speed and direction of the reproduced sound. Of course, this explanation leaves out a lot of details. This is because it is meant only to show the interferometry concept. Remember, light streams are all individual, and if they are very close together, and in step, they will amplify. As they separate and are still in step, they will dim. If there are two separate beams which are 180 degrees out of phase, and are very close together, the net result will be dimming of both beams. Light streams do not combine to increase amplitude. They are separate but can move close together or further apart in a beam, thus increasing or decreasing amplitude and intensity. Scenario: black stars, not black holes, are locked in a death spiral. This creates enormous pulsing gravity currents and pressure waves in space. When black stars are in a collision death spiral, they gradually decrease space between them. As they get closer, their north-south attracting poles synchronize and match up. The closer they get, the pressure waves they create increases frequency in the dark matter medium. This is because gravity currents are pulling them together with more and more density, thus more strength, with a faster, increasing communal rotation. When they merge, the pressure waves stop, but their now combined gravitational attraction doesn't. The new and bigger black star now has stronger gravity and no oscillating pressure waves in the medium of space. This is because the two rotating black stars are no more, and are no longer creating pushing waves. This is because they have merged into a stronger, larger, single circular structure. This is not a black hole. Matter cannot be created or destroyed. Because dark matter of space and the dark matter medium in the tubes of LIGO are similar, it creates an environment for universal particles to interact. When the wave energy from black stars in a close death spiral reach LIGO, they travel right through the tubes and interfere with the secondary beams of the laser. Because the beams are at right angles and have a combined distance of 10 miles, it is possible to observe extremely small disturbances emanating from space. Don't forget that the secondary laser beams are magnetically tied with the primary ones. The modulation of secondary waves produce a phase shift in the primary beam, which in turn reproduces the oscillating frequencies emanating from space. The big question is, what kind of waves are these? TM says that these waves are pressure waves. This is because sound and light are pressure waves, and the orbiting black stars also create sound pressure waves. Therefore similar intersecting waves and frequencies will interact. AM modulate. B. LIGO says these waves are push-pull gravity waves, that warp space-time. This in turn causes the end reflecting mirrors of LIGO to ebb and flow. Now the primary beams of the observatory get FM modulated. This means the primary beams change in frequency in response to the gravity waves from space. Oh my, something is not making sense. We have a significant discrepancy. FM agrees with Einstein, AM agrees with TM, the LIGO experiment has a big surprise in store. After a short wait in astronomical time, scientists detected activity on the streams. It was observed with little doubt that there are unmistakable sound waves emanating from deep space. TM, with this observation we have an agreement. Now things get crazy. Scientists at the LIGO experiment have concluded with a high degree of certainty that the structure of the sounds they detected from space are produced by black holes merging, thus adding confidence to some major theories. LIGO claims that this proves black holes exist and do merge, thus proving Einstein's theory of relativity, along with the Standard Model, and E equals mc squared. B. TM, hold on, not so fast. This explanation has too many holes of nothing in the expanse of nothing, to be believable. We say this conclusion needs more evidence than the detected accelerated chirp. The LIGO observation is also applicable to black stars merging. In TM theory, black stars have lots of evidence for existence, but black holes do not, and, to add another nail in the coffin, Einstein didn't accept the belief in black holes. The LIGO experiment claims with great fanfare that these sounds emanating from space are produced by black holes. Why do I contradict the conclusions of LIGO? It is because I have a whole encyclopedia of evidence to back me up. The vast expanse of empty space and the hypothetical holes in it are just not possible or logical. It violates all known laws of physics and is only a scientific concept. All of space is material in a polarized or non-polarized magnetic spatial medium. Nothing is not anything, it is nothing at all and is not the vast expanse of warped space-time, with holes in it. The conclusion. TM. There is compelling evidence that the sound waves produced by black stars merging in a dark matter medium have a high degree of credibility, but black holes merging do not. This is because holes in a vast expanse of nothing doesn't make any sense. The modulation of space-time is a concept without evidence. And last, the modulation of the laser sub-wave is AM modulated. AM is what produces the audible chirp we have all heard, not the warping of space-time, or the ebb and flow of reflecting mirrors caused by gravity waves. Your host, Richard E. Noer. Young me. Mini me. Email, noerastronomy@gmail.com. Here in a multiverse, our goal is to find the cosmic truth. No matter where, or how far it takes you. The universe truly does unify. If you get the basics right.